Second, number 1, Kerman, 7-4. All 3 ran. So race number 2 in the card at Lingfield saw a field of just 3 to post for the condition stakes, and they came home in reverse betting order, with the outside of the trio Original Choice picking up nicely the house of Holly Doyle to claim the spoils. And then we'll be heading next to Doncaster. First of 7 on the card at Moor on St Leger Day is coming up at 150. We start with the Portland Handicap, a field of 22 to post for this Heritage Handicap, and on the latest show of betting, the hitherto unbeaten Bielsa is the 4-1 market leader, having won all 3 of his starts, including a handicap at Thirsk last time. He's been raised £6 for that head of victory, but looks particularly progressive, and this 4-year-old may well still be a few steps ahead of the handicapper. It's an 8-1 a Moments of Madness, and 9-1 for Open Wide has been a model of consistency throughout the entire campaign. It's 11-1 then for Dazzling Dan, and the same price for Just Another Bottle. Both last time out winners. 12-1 for Equitation, also got his head in front of Ascot last time. 14-1 for Marnie James and for Wentworth Falls. 16-1 and bigger the rest. Rejoin us shortly for live commentary for the opening heat of the card at Doncaster, coming up at 150. Lingfield at 140. First, number 2, Original Choice, 11-4. Second, number 1, Kerman, 7-4. All 3 ran. So race number 2 in the card at Lingfield saw a field of just 3 to post for the condition stakes, and they came home in reverse betting order, with the outside of the trio Original Choice picking up nicely the house of Holly Doyle to claim the spoils. And then we'll be heading next to Doncaster. First of 7 on the card at Moor on St Leger Day is coming up at 150. We start with the Portland Handicap, a field of 22 to post for this Heritage Handicap, and
this event will start in 60 seconds.
The hitherto unbeaten Bielsa is the 4-1 market leader, having won all 3 of his starts, including a handicap at Thirsk last time. He's been raised £6 for that head of victory, but looks particularly progressive, and this 4-year-old may well still be a few steps ahead of the handicapper. It's an 8-1 a Moments of Madness, and 9-1 for Open Wide has been a model of consistency throughout the entire campaign. It's 11-1 for Dazzling Dan, and the same price for Just Another Bottle. Both last time out winners. 12-1 for Equitation, also got his head in front of Ascot last time. 14-1 for Marnie James and for Wentworth Falls. 16-1 and bigger the rest. Rejoin us shortly for live commentary for the opening heat of the card at Doncaster, coming up at 150.
10 seconds.
Yeah, welcome back live. The runner's not yet fully at the start, so we're going to be late for this one, not surprisingly in some ways. 22 runners, they all go for the William Hill Portland Handicap, traditionally one of the top sprint handicaps of the year. A lot of these might well be seen in action in the Air Gold Cup in a few weeks, in a couple of weeks' time. But this is worth £37,000 to the winner, just over that. And Bielsa's an interesting one, unbeaten in 3 starts. He only had 1 run as a 3-year-old and races as a juvenile. Won both starts this term. You wouldn't say he's a good price on what he's shown, but he's got a lot of scope, and it would appear that Kevin Ryan's possibly had this sort of race in mind for him for quite some time, and he's been well backed on course. He's now the 7-2 favourite from 9-2. Kevin Stott on board, drawn in stall 17, which is pretty close to the stand-side rail. That's usually probably favoured, I think, on decent ground, and it's good to firm today at Doncaster. 9-1 Open Wide for Amanda Perrott and Andrea Atzini. And this is a 5-year-old who's won once this term, been placed in some pretty good races as well. Also 9-1 is A Moment of Madness, who's a dual course and distance winner around here. William Buick on board for Charlie Hills. He's a very speedy type on his day, likely to be up with the pace. He's drawn 13, which is more or less in the middle. Just Another Bottle, that's 11-1 for Declan Carroll. Course and distance winner here, winner at York last time out. Frankie Dettori, quite an eye-catching jockey booking on Just Another Bottle. 12-1 about Equitation, as the eyes now starting to load. Equitation for Stuart Williams and the very talented £7 claimer Marco Gianni. I think he's the name that we're going to hear more of in the next 12 months or so. Oxted, a 40-1 chance for Roger Teal. Quite a likely race 3-year-old this one. And the man of Kieran Fallon claiming £3. Marnie James 14-1 along with Wentworth Falls. It's 18-1 Embor and 20-1 Bar. I think I missed out possibly Dazzling Dan. That's 10-1, that one showing out for Pam Sly and Rob Hornby, another 3-year-old, and has got form linked in with Oxted. I think both of those ought to go well. 3-year-olds don't have a bad record by and large. And Moment of Madness, of course, won this race last year. That is 9-1, just easy to back a little bit. They're going at quite a good rate. I don't think we're too far away from the action now. Show Stealer I can see just walking forward with open wide, drawn in stall 12 right in the middle. And maybe 4 or 5 left, maybe not that many. As we see Embor going in. And getting an extreme close-up at the moment. It's very hard to kind of pan out and see how many more left to load. Arecibo has just gone forward. There can't be too many more. So Bielsa, well back 7-2 favourite for the Portland handicap. 9-1 open wide and A Moment of Madness, last year's winner. Dazzling Dan and Just Another Bottle, both 10s. 12-1 Marnie James and Equitation. 14 Oxford and Oxted and Wentworth Falls. It's 16-1 Bar. I think there are now 3 more to load. First of those is Mushika, one of David O'Meara's sprinters. Franny Norton on board. That's drawn on the inside, on the far side from the stands in stall 4. And right next, actually, to his stable companion, Watchable. What else have we got? A Moment of Madness, last year's winner, just having a blindfold fitted. And also still to load is Green Power, who, another one who's got good form in some decent sprints. He's actually won his last 2 as well, so possibly not that well treated, but he's got some ability. They're both in, and we're all set for action for the opener at Doncaster, the William Hill Portland Handicap.
This event
Actually, number
is
19
now in
with
play.
Green Power is